What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to Fight IQ with Vaughn, where I break down and predict UFC fights using my win probability calculator and my AI fight simulator. The win probability calculator takes all the data, weighs it, and spits out true win probabilities, letting us know who's got the edge and where to find the expected value. The expected value is this tool to compare the odds set by the sportsbooks to the true odds determined by the win probability calculator. The expected value does not determine the outcome of a fight. It determines what edge you have over the sportsbook. The AI Fight Simulator is our virtual octagon, running 10,000 fight simulations based on real fight data such as strikes landed, takedown accuracy, cardio, age, layoff, finish rates, you name it, and gives us a winner, the method of victory, and reasoning for its pick. Let's analyze these numbers, run the sims, and find out who's walking away with the W Saturday night. We are back for UFC. Usman versus Buckley. Man, Usman's been gone for quite a while, and a lot of people have been crapping on this card, but, don't sleep on the sleepers. My AI sim actually slated just about all of these fights to end in some form of finish with the exception of one. So it could be a violent night. First fight of the night is between Jamey-Lyn Horth and Vanessa Demopoulos. Demopoulos is stepping in on a week's notice to face the much bigger Jamey-Lyn Horth. Horth opened up as the favorite at minus 395 and is currently an even bigger favorite at minus 600 with an implied win probability of 85.7%. The win probability calculator has Horth as a minus 390 favorite with a true implied win probability of 79.6%. The AI Fight Simulator has Horth winning 80% of the time, 50% via KO round 1 or 2. Now, I never pick short notice, late replacement fighters. It's just one of my mottos. Even had Demopoulos had a full training camp, I don't think that she's beating Horth. Horth also dominates Demopoulos in just about every fighter metric. I'm picking Horth by decision. I don't think that she's going to get the KO. I've been wrong before and the sim's been right. But I just feel that Demopoulos is pretty durable. A TKO could be possible because of the short notice nature of this fight, but it's improbable in women's MMA. The expected value on Horth's money line at minus 600 is minus 6.1%, meaning that Horth is overvalued. Betting the Demopoulos money line at plus 440 yields an expected value of 1.84. So there's no real great value there for the risk that you're taking. I am going to pass betting that fight. Next up is Loosa versus Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe is also stepping up on short notice. Loosa opened up as the favorite at minus 148 and is currently still the favorite at minus 135 with an implied win probability of 57.4%. The win probability calculator has Rowe as a minus 112 favorite with a true implied win probability of 52.8%. The AI Fight Simulator has Loosa winning 75% of the time, 35% via KO round 2 or 3. Rowe's finish rate at 100% makes him dangerous, but if he can't finish the fight, he's most likely not going to win because he's never won a fight via decision. The fight metrics are pretty even with Loosa dominating in the grappling domain. Rowe has had a really long layoff, which could impact his cardio, and it could be disastrous when Loosa starts his grappling exchanges. I'm going to pick Loosa by decision. A TKO in round 3 is also possible due to the short notice nature of this fight. But it's been 8 years since Loosa finished a fight via KO. Again, Loosa by decision. The expected value on Loosa's money line at minus 135 is a negative 10.3%, meaning he's overvalued. Betting Rowe at plus 114 yields an expected value of 6.1%. So I can see why people are betting the underdog in Phil Rowe. They're getting some value in a statistically 50-50 fight. I'd bet Loosa by decision. I think that's going to be your best positive money, especially if he's at minus 135 as a dog. Give me Loosa decision. Next up, we have Ricky Simón versus another short notice fighter, Cameron Smotherman. Smotherman is stepping up on a week's notice and coming off a decision loss just a month ago. Simon opened up as a big favorite at minus 500 with an implied win probability of 83.3%. The win probability calculator has Simon as a minus 346 favorite with a true implied win probability of 77.6%. The AI Fight Simulator has Simone winning 95% of the time, 50% by submission, rounds 1 or 2, or via KO, ground and pound. I know I just chopped that shit up. Fact is, he's got a 95% chance to win this fight. This is another fight. This is the third fight in a row. Short notice, fighter stepping up. And it's just an automatic disqualifier for me, especially against a veteran like Ricky Simone. Simone dominates all the fighter metrics. And I don't understand really why Smotherman is coming in with such a quick turnaround. Statistically, it's just not a wise choice. In 2019, ESPN put out an article that addressed the question of how fighters performed when taking a second fight with a short layoff in between. And fighters who have lost their last fight via decision and come back with a quick turnaround, meaning 60 days or less since their last fight, have a 38% win rate. So it's not looking good for Smotherman, just statistically. I'm picking Ricky Simone to win here via KO. I think Smotherman has a suspect chin. The expected value on Simone's money line at minus 500 is negative 5.7. So he is still overvalued just picking the money line straight up. But you could probably still find value picking the submission or the KO. Betting Smotherman at plus 375 yields an expected value of 1.34. So it's still on the positive side, but you're not getting value on a short notice underdog. Next up, we have the flyweight fight between Jose Ochoa and Cody Durden. There's like 3 Codys in this card. Ochoa opened up as the favorite at minus 170 and is currently a minus 185 favorite with an implied win probability of 64.9%. The win probability calculator has Ochoa as a slim favorite at minus 106 with a true implied win probability of just 51.2%. The AI Fight Simulator has Ochoa winning 65% of the time, 50% via KO round 1 or 2. Durden's 1 out of his last 4, coming off a loss to Joshua Van. This has got to be his worst professional stretch, and losing this Saturday could be the beginning of the end for his UFC career. The fighter metrics are pretty even between Durden and Ochoa, where Durden is dominating the grappling, Ochoa the technical defenses. Ochoa is a fast starter, and if Durden can make it out the first round, he can probably make things interesting. He is a dog. I'm still picking Ochoa by KO. He has an 86% KO rate. Dude hits hard. The expected value on Ochoa's money line at minus 185 is a negative 13.4%. So he's overvalued just betting the money line. Betting Durden at plus 154 yields an expected value of 9.2%. So I can see why people are betting the Durden money line. There is value in a 50-50 coin flip fight for you to bet the underdog there. As far as my bets, I'm passing. The fight simulator has it as a 55-45 fight. If I'm laying money, I'd probably be Durden, but I just think that might be a donation. Next up, we have another short notice fight between Malcolm Wellmaker and Chris Moutinho. And this fight has got like 3 strikes written all over it. Short notice, quick turnaround, and long layoff. Wellmaker opened up as the unprecedented favorite at minus 1,350 and is currently a minus 1,800 favorite with an implied win probability of 94.7%. The win probability calculator has Wellmaker as a huge favorite at minus 1,604 with a true implied win probability of 85.8%. The fight simulator has Wellmaker winning 98% of the time, 95% via KO round 1. So this is a lopsided affair. Moutinho on media day expressed that he was in a very dark place after being released by the UFC, alluding to, wanting to end the thing is what he said. He's stepping up on a week and a half notice to face Wellmaker, who's making a 49-day turnaround, so that's considered a quick turnaround to cash in potentially on another $50K. The fighter metrics are heavily favored for Wellmaker, and I'm sort of worried about Moutinho. If he's expressing that he was in a bad state when he first got released, I don't think losing by KO to Wellmaker is going to make matters any better. I'm picking Wellmaker to win by KO. The expected value on Wellmaker's money line at minus 1,800 is minus 8.9%, which is surprising considering how high the odds are. Betting Moutinho at plus 1,000 yields an expected value of 5.1%, which is to me a huge risk for getting that kind of expected value on such a short notice fighter. I would be putting money on Wellmaker via KO. Next fight, we have two UFC OGs, Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. Court McGee was fighting when most of you UFC fans were in short pants. Chiesa opened up as the big favorite at minus 350 and is currently hanging steady as a minus 345 favorite with an implied win probability of 77.5%. The win probability calculator has Chiesa as the favorite at minus 255 with a true win probability of 71.8%. The AI Fight Simulator has Chiesa winning 70% of the time, 63% via submission round 1 or 2. McGee turned 40 years old this December, and Father Time is never kind inside the octagon. Prior to disposing of the Dirty Bird, Tim Means, McGee was on a 3-fight losing streak. Chiesa, on the other hand, has found success inside the octagon, only really losing to Kevin Holland, Sean Brady, and Vicente Luque since 2018. The fighter metrics favor Chiesa, and this could be McGee's last fight inside the octagon, be off to retirement, Pioneer Division, Hall of Fame. I'm picking winner, Chiesa by submission. Expected value on Chiesa's money line at minus 345 is negative 5.8%. Betting McGee at a plus 275 money line yields an expected value of only 1.9%. Again, a massive risk for such a low expected value. Put your money on Chiesa via submission. Next up, we have a rescheduled fight between Rodolfo Bellato and Paul Craig. If you recall, Bellato pulled out of his fight with Craig at UFC Vegas 106 due to a herpes outbreak. This was about the most suspect pullout I've ever seen, especially seeing other fighters with staph and herpes fight inside the octagon. Bellato opened up as a big favorite at minus 400 and is currently hanging steady as a minus 395 favorite with an implied win probability of 79.8%. The win probability calculator has Bellato as the favorite at minus 208 with a true implied win probability of 67.5%. The AI Fight Simulator has Bellato winning 65% of the time, 60% via KO round 1. Paul Craig is coming off 3 losses and has lost 6 of his last 9 fights. The fight metrics favor Bellato. Craig is still dangerous with a 30% chance to win via submission, which is really his only path to victory. However, I do not see that because Bellato is a BJJ black belt and also an international jiu-jitsu champion, a Pan-American jiu-jitsu champion, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu champion, and a Sao Paulo State jiu-jitsu champion. So I just don't see Craig submitting him. Try saying all that stuff 5 times real fast. I'm picking Bellato via KO. The expected value on Bellato's money line at minus 395 is negative 12.3, so he is overvalued, just picking the money line. Betting Craig at plus 310 yields an expected value of 8.1%. So I could see people betting Craig for some form of value here. He does have a path to victory, but I would be absolutely shocked if Craig managed to pull off the submission. So give me Bellato, KO, that's the bet. Next up, we have Omar Sy versus Alonzo Menefield. If you thought Cyril Gane was a big heavyweight, let me introduce you to Omar Sy. 6'4", 83-inch reach, and a perfect record of 11-0. Sy opened up as the big favorite at minus 590 and is currently an even bigger favorite at minus 700 with an implied win probability of 87.5%. The win probability calculator has Sy as the favorite at minus 675 with a true win probability of 87.1%. The AI Fight Simulator has Sy winning 70% of the time, 35% via KO round 1 or 2. Sy dominates all the fighter metrics, Menefield never managed to really get things rolling inside the UFC. I still don't know how he managed to get the number 15 ranking in the light heavyweight division. It's just a testament to how shallow this division is, dominated by fighters on losing streaks and on the wrong side of 36. C's about to shake up this division, in my opinion, and rise up through the ranks pretty quickly, getting that number 15 after he beats Menefield this Saturday night. I'm picking C by KO. The expected value on C's money line at minus 700 is a negative 0.41, which is telling me that he's priced exactly where he should be. Betting on the miracle win with Menefield at plus 500 yields an expected value of negative 3.8%, which to me is still a losing bet, obviously. The bet is double chance C, KO, or submission. Look for that double chance. Next up, we have Mansour Abdul-Malik versus Cody Brundage, Cody number 2. Abdul-Malik opened up as one of the largest favorites on the card at minus 700, and he's currently a minus 800 favorite with an implied win probability of 88.9%. The win probability calculator has Abdul-Malik as the favorite at minus 393 with a true win probability of 79.7%. The AI Fight Simulator has Abdul-Malik winning 60% of the time, 55% via KO round 1. It's a bit odd to me that Abdul-Malik is so dominant in the odds, but not so much in the fight simulations. I think there's something about Brundage's wrestling game that throws the AI sims off and actually gives him a fighter's chance. The fighter metrics are divided, with Abdul-Malik having the edge in the striking department, Brundage in the grappling department. Abdul-Malik also boasts an 82% takedown defense, which is going to allow him to keep this fight standing and give him an opportunity to land a knockout blow. I'm picking Abdul-Malik by KO. His KO finish rate is 88%. That's excellent. The expected value on Abdul-Malik money line at minus 800 is a negative 9.2. So obviously he's overpriced, just picking him at a money line. Betting the Brundage money line for an upset yields a positive expected value of 5%. So, Cody Brundage fans, you are getting some value if you think that he can actually beat Abdul-Malik. I just don't think that he can get there. I'm putting Abdul-Malik KO as part of a parlay leg. Next up, we have Raoni's Barcelos versus Cody Garbrandt, Cody number 3. Barcelos opened up as the favorite at minus 140 and is currently a minus 198 favorite with an implied win probability of 66.4%. The win probability calculator has Barcelos as the favorite at minus 256 with a true win probability of 71.9%. The AI Fight Simulator has Barcelos winning 70% of the time, 45% via KO round 1. At minus 198, Barcelos is still a steal. He dominates the fighter metrics, and Garbrandt's chin is just about as durable as Florida glass during hurricane season. Barcelos is coming off a win versus Peyton Talbot, and Garbrandt is coming off a loss versus to Davison Figueiredo, which was over a year ago. Barcelos also has a strike, high output, and I just don't think Garbrandt really has it in him anymore. I know that he's got that KO threat, but he's got to get within striking range of Barcelos. I'm going to pick Barcelos for the win. I am a little concerned that he's 38 years old. The expected value on Barcelos at minus 198 is 5.5%, so it's still presenting a really good value just to bet him on the money line. It shows that he's underpriced. Betting Garbrandt at plus 164 has an expected value of minus 9.8%. So I think bookies are trying to bank on people laying money on Garbrandt because of name recognition. So I am betting Barcelos money line. Next up, we have an intriguing fight between Edmund Shahbazyan and Andre Petroski. Shahbazyan opened up as a favorite at minus 235, and that money line is currently dropped to a minus 180 with an implied win probability of 64.3%. The win probability calculator has Shahbazyan as a slight favorite at minus 115 with a true win probability of 53.5%. The AI Fight Simulator has Petroski winning 75% of the time, 35% via submission round 1 or 2, or 25% via KO via ground and pound late round 2 or round 3. The fighter metrics are dominated by Petroski in almost every department. Shahbazyan is like the 6th grader who likes to bully the 3rd graders, but when it's time to face someone his own size or his own skill, he crumbles. And a pattern immediately popped out when I was looking at his past fights. Shahbazyan does horrible against proficient grapplers. I am taking Andre Petroski to win. The expected value on Shahbazyan money line at minus 180 is an abominable negative 10.8%. Betting the underdog Petroski at plus 150 yields an expected value of 6.5%. I am betting Andre Petroski money line. Next up, we have the co-main event between the former champ, number 7 ranked Rowe Namajunas and the number 11 ranked Miranda Maverick. Namajunas opened up as the favorite at minus 285 and is currently dropped to a minus 238 favorite with an implied win probability of 70.4%. The win probability calculator has Maverick as the favorite at minus 143 with a true win probability of 58.8%. The AI Fight Simulator is split 50-50, picking Maverick to win ultimately 50% of the time, 25% via decision. The fight metrics slightly favor Namajunas. Maverick offers the greatest expected value of the entire card. I think bookies are also banking that casuals are going to bet Namajunas' name value. She's coming off a loss to Erin Blanchfield, while Maverick is building momentum with a 4-fight win streak. Maverick was thrown to the wolves early in her UFC career, but she sort of found her rhythm, and she's going to be looking to make it a 5-fight win streak and break the top 10 women's flyweight rankings after disposing of Rowe Namajunas. I am taking Miranda Maverick. As I said before, Maverick offers the greatest value of the entire card. The expected value on Miranda Maverick at plus 195 yields an expected value of 24.9%. Betting the Namajunas money line at minus 238 yields a negative 29.2%. And this is why I say that the bookies are banking on people betting for name value. They're not giving you, they're actually giving you a minus 30% value on that odds. I managed to pick up Miranda Maverick money line at plus 230 early in the week. The bet, Miranda Maverick money line, Miranda Maverick by decision. Don't go crazy betting a lot of money on this. The Sims still have this as a 50-50. Last but not least, we have the main event between the former champ, number 5 ranked Kamaru Usman versus the number 7 ranked Joaquin Buckley. It's been 602 days since Kamaru Usman has stepped inside the octagon, and it's no secret that Usman is plagued with injuries, and his knees has basically been begging him to retire. His own manager stated Usman needs between 6 to 7 injections just to make it to fight day. Watching Usman's training camp videos on his own YouTube channel was revealing. He was limping out of his vehicle to get into the gym. He looked like he was just in this perpetual pain, and those legs looked like they were about to splinter. Did I mention he's 38? Buckley opened up as the favorite at minus 250 and is currently a minus 285 favorite with an implied win probability of 74%. The win probability calculator has Buckley as the favorite at minus 237 with a true win probability of 70.1%. The AI Fight Simulator has Buckley winning 65% of the time, 45% via KO rounds 2 and 4, banking on Usman's bad cardio due to his long layoff. The fighter metrics are dominated by Usman, but to me, that's just like fossil evidence of a once great fighter. I'm taking Buckley as the winner. The expected value on Buckley's money line at minus 285 is a negative 3.7, so have caution there when you're betting the money line because you're not getting all the value that you should be, but it's not too bad. Betting the Usman money line at plus 230 yields an expected value of negative 0.6%. The bet is Buckley as part of a parlay bet. I want to wish you guys all good luck. Bet responsibly. I want to thank you guys for joining in. Hit that subscribe and like button if you like this content and if it is useful to you. I hope to see you guys next week. Much love and much peace.